Hey folks, how you doing? Happy Monday. I'm live. Hey folks, how you doing? This is Kurt Van Anen here with Manana Mamas, and it is Monday the 21st, October 21st. Man, my wife's birthday is coming up soon. I better get on the ball. So as we go live here on this Monday, I wanted to take you back in time to October 16th. So October 16th, I made a live, an unscheduled live, the way that I do. I just jump on and go, here we are. And I asked, turn this down a hair, maybe it's too loud. We got a little jazz going. So October 16th, I asked a question and I said, what do you want to talk about next? What do you want to talk about next? Because here's the deal. When you consult with so many different companies and you work in so many different, what people call a niche, right? So they say, oh, you're working in a niche. So you're working in so many niches or niches. You begin to get kind of like this weird sensation, like, okay, so what do we focus on now, right? Everyone will say, oh, you got to focus on something. So you try to focus, but you've got experience in all these different things. Well, I'm getting older in life, so there's experience from a lot of different angles. And I asked you, I said, what do you guys want to talk about next? And then it was so bizarre, so overwhelmingly voiced in this one direction that I felt really compelled to do more than just talk about it. And so I've reserved a URL. I've started making content. We're going to be putting a course in. There's all these things we're doing down this alleyway of, hey, what do you want us to talk about next? You know, I thought it was going to be, how to put SCORM in WordPress. That's one thing that I hit on for a while. Hit on another one, right? So how to manage larger projects in the WordPress space. I did that for a while. How to use WordPress, using WordPress as a business tool. We did that one for a while. And so, there's kind of like these little mini series of content things that I'll follow for a while. And then if you were to actually go to our YouTube page and look at the history of our videos, you would see that there's kinds of trends. There's like little mini series of things in there that we discuss. So I volunteer at church working with college age kids. I really like that age group. I think there's a lot going on at that age. And I remember how disjointed I was when I was 20, 21, 22. And I remember some of the decisions I made. And I wish I would have had real adult mentors that would have come alongside of me and said, Kurt, don't do that. That's boneheaded, man. Don't do that. And so I volunteer with this age group. Now, overwhelmingly, right after October 16th, that group talked a lot about societal pressure and stress and social media and a school life balance and a work life balance. A lot of them work, right? Not all of them were in college. So they talked about a work life balance. And then a lot of them mentioned this term that really grates on me. Personally, it just grates on me. Anxiety, because especially with younger folks, you'll hear, well, I suffer from anxiety. And a lot of times I think to myself, you don't suffer from anxiety. You suffer from being out in the world. You suffer from life. Life can be anxious, right? But different age groups, different generations have been equipped in different ways to deal with life stresses. And if we don't deal with stress in a productive way, it can often manifest itself as the next stage, which is anxiety. And so that had come up. Now, talking to my wife, topic of anxiety came up again. And then talking with my daughter, topic of anxiety came up again. And I thought, hey, I asked a question and now I'm seeing a trend. So I've got a couple of people that I converse with in Post Status, which is a WordPress organization in Slack. And they also had mentioned stress, planning, dealing with the Black Friday sales coming up, or how to get the sales pipeline refilled, or things like that. And again, stress, work-life balance, and anxiety came up. I have clients that I work with through the Mañana No Mas agency, and they also mentioned stress and work-life balance and trying to not work on the weekends but having to anyway. And that's led me down the path of, okay, when Mañana No Mas is working with customers, what is one of the features or benefits that customers experience when working with Mañana No Mas? Now, this isn't exactly a selling point of Mañana No Mas, but it's a byproduct of working with Mañana No Mas, and that is we manage the project. We take over the project. The customer's not the project manager. We become the project manager. We take care of it. We plan it. We say, here's where we are. This is where we got to go. This is our deadline. These are the steps we're going to take to make sure that things happen within that deadline. The customer doesn't have to do that. And we have policies and procedures in place that update the customer. We have tools that update the customer. And we do sporadic Zoom meetings to keep everybody up to pace, knowledgeable, and calm about the project. And what I hear mostly from clients after the fact is, I've dealt with other agencies before, or I've dealt with other creative work, and working with you was an absolute pleasure because you kept everything calm. You reduced the stress. These things pop off to me. And so I think about this nonstop quest that I've had in pursuing an education in leadership and communication, which is so ironic because I chose not to go to college. I did all this outside of college. And so I became John Maxwell certified. I've studied a lot of different leaders in our space. I looked at adult-centered learning. I've looked at instructional design. Obviously, we do a lot of educational work here at Mañana No Mas with our e-learning sites that we create. And so I'm fully embedded into these ideas and these concepts of how to share work methods, how to have a modality that we can duplicate over and over. And as I interact with other people that talk about stress and work-life balance and things like that, simple things, super simple things. But the problem with simple things is they don't bubble to the top automatically, do they? When stress and aggravation and pressure is applied, normal people, very normal people, lose the ability to see the obvious or the simple. Hey, speaking of obvious and simple, here comes my son. Hi. You look like a Norwegian god with your hair braided. It's great. Are you gonna do more videos?
I can't find Mom's computer.
Oh. Just give it a quick look. I'll be right out after this. And so that brings us to how we're moving forward. We're moving forward with this message on more than just a mini series. And I'm going to get hopefully a few other WordPress professionals to kind of take a look at what we're developing here and see if it's something they want to participate in or play with. But I wanted to put together not just a blog post, not just a quick course, but I wanted to put together a couple of courses, a community aspect, and a place. I hate to say safe place because some of these terms just don't line up with me. But I wanted to find a place where freelancers and agencies in the WordPress space could go communicate with others, brainstorm together, have a couple of workshops on productivity, efficiency, work-life balance, talk about things like how physical fitness helps you be more efficient in the agency space. Like, for instance, there's days where I feel mentally locked up and I can stare at the computer and things aren't happening. And I go, I'm just going to go for a ride. I go for a bicycle ride. I come back, I take a shower, I sit in front of the computer and knock out 2 days worth of work in a couple hours. Like, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how do we as a community get people together and help each other and encourage each other to be nice to ourselves, to extend each other a little bit of grace, and in some cases make referrals back and forth. Let's say I'm really stuck on a design issue, right? Design's not my strength. So I'm going to find someone in this community that I can share some design work with. But they're not really strong in setting up a learning management system. So I'll set up the learning management system. And there'll be projects that people can share. And I think that that is important. So as you see these messages roll out over the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, please know that they're going to be connected to another initiative. You're going to be connected to something else. Now, I like being WordPress specific because I work in WordPress and there's hundreds of people that work in WordPress and all those things. But there's going to be some people outside of WordPress that are going to go, I don't know what this WordPress thing is, but I definitely want to be in a conversation with like-minded adults dealing with stress and work-life balance and options to make things easier. I'm pretty sure there's going to be room for you in there. We'll have a group for people that'll be like general business or something. So we'll figure this out, right? But as it grows, we'll figure it out. This isn't something where I can just build it and they will come, right? We have to come together as people that are interested in doing this. So over the next few days, over the next week or so, you may see an invitation come from me, a direct invitation. It might be in LinkedIn, it might be in post status, it might be in Making WordPress, the Slack channel. But I'm going to be looking for people that want to join, that want to reach out to others, that want to help others, and help me build some content for this thing and add value to folks. This is the kind of thing where if it has its own energy, it's going to keep going on its own. If it relies on me, it's not going to keep going. So, but again, when I said on October 16th, what do you want me to talk about next? Overwhelmingly through, hey, buddy, come here. You want to say hi? No, he doesn't want to say hi. My dog. Overwhelmingly, people responded with stress, anxiety, pressure, work-life balance. And all of those things will fall into our next project very nicely. So that's that. I hope you guys have a great day. It's Monday. Go out and get it. I got up early today. I went to bed early last night, and I got up early this morning and started knocking things out right away. I've got a big project that's due tomorrow that's putting a bunch of videos into 20-something courses. We are about halfway done setting all the videos. All the videos are made now. So now we just have to set them into the actual course slots and make sure everything is formatted the way the client wants. So we'll get that knocked out today. We've got another big project wrapping up. It is something like a 90 lesson course, man. Talk about War and Peace. This is War and Peace. But the content is phenomenal. The customer went above and beyond in having professional videos made and good branding and good pictures and things like that. And so we're able to put together a really first-class learning management system website together. They should be launching very, very soon. Very excited about that. And then we've got a client that was intending to launch last week that had a lot of custom things made to their website. And right before launch, they had asked for a bunch of little tiny changes and things. Change this word, change that word, change the shade of this gray, change. And so we've been playing in that a little bit as well as a couple of SCORM projects that we're working on in the background as well. So I hope you have a productive Monday. And goodness, if y'all need any guidance from Manana Namas and working with WordPress or project management or e-learning or SCORM, just give us a shout. We're here for you. And with that, I'm going to hit you with my thank you screen.